So, lads, today we're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark with the injuries, and I'm after seeing, I'm getting a lot of, DMs and emails and everything, and, if you are somebody, by the way, that is kind of DM me, keep me up with news in case I end up missing it, or I'm just not glued to Twitter for that hour, thank you. Thank you so much, but a lot of people were talking to me about how Caitlin Clark is actually going to see doctors in New York about the injury, and I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. I think this injury is clearly worse than the other injuries because Caitlin Clark is just there watching. She's not rebounding. She's not doing anything. I think this injury is worse. Either this injury is worse or with the third injury, she has just said, she has just straight up said, you know what, I'm taking as much time as I need. I'm taking as much time as I need. And he says here, no update or timeline on her return yet. Stephanie White says Clark will meet with doctors today and plans to travel to New York. And then I saw here where it says Stephanie White said there's no update on Caitlin Clark as she's hoping to be meeting with doctors today and tomorrow. She'll be still making the trip to New York. So it says, why does she travel and not rest? I mean, most players travel if they're injured, yeah. She's not paralyzed. It's a groin injury. She's probably meeting with doctors in New York. I doubt that. I'd say what's probably happening is there's no point. There's no point if she has to leave New York in 2 days. If she's going to see her doctors in Indiana and then goes to New York for a day and then goes back. Unless they literally unless something like this happens, Caitlin Clark is there is a specific, I don't know, maybe her doctor and another doctor in New York are just kind of linked together, but I doubt that's the case. What I'm guessing is that Caitlin Clark was seeing the doctors today. Because look, the scans are clearly showing up negative. The scans are showing up negative. It is not legal to fake an injury report. It is not legal in terms of these leagues for them to fake an injury report and say she's questionable if the scan shows something. They have to say that. So, well, they have to be honest with that. So I would say the likelihood of the situation is that she's doing some sort of tests tonight and then going back tomorrow morning to see how her body reacts, or some sort of test today in terms of movement tests to see how her body reacts and see how different things are going, because I think all around it's not really something that it's a tough one. It is a tough one to deal with here, but she's not, if she wants to spend a week, 2-3 weeks in New York with different doctors, I don't think new doctors are going to be able to help her recover quicker for a soft tissue injury. These are just annoying injuries. These are just niggling injuries. It doesn't have to be a strain. It doesn't have to be a strain. It doesn't have to be a tear. It could be a pinched nerve. It could be an issue with a different part of her leg that's where the pain is localized in her groins. It could be anything. It could be absolutely anything. It could be tightness in a random part of her body. I had a friend who he had a hamstring issue, and it was making his back seize up. And this isn't what you call it, oh, just random person. No, this was friend as in teammate on a national team. Was national team level player, was barely able to play because of his back. But it's scary. It is scary all around. That there's very little updates, but I think, look, I don't think it's anything major. She's playing, she still is a little bit iffy, and I think she's taking as much time as she needs. I think as much as anything, she needs to figure out what's wrong with her. First and foremost, it's not just, oh, let's work it up, let's see how you feel, let's see how you're moving. She needs to actually figure out what's wrong with her body, what is wrong with her legs at the minute. Because at the end of the day, it could be a really, really tough scenario if she just keeps coming back this year. And look, I do not think that Caitlin Clark is going to be healthy this season. I think she's going to play more this season. I don't think a healthy Caitlin Clark is going to be a thing this season. I think she's going to be. I think like it's going to be a situation where Caitlin's going to be 50% healthy, and that's only if they're going to make the playoffs. Like the Indiana Fever, let's be real. So you look at the WNBA standings right now. The Indiana Fever, like, look, they're losing tomorrow night. Let's call a spade a spade. They're losing tomorrow night. They're playing against the Jonquil Jones Knicks, who are undefeated. It's not the Knicks, the Jonquil Jones of Liberty, who are undefeated. Or maybe, have they lost a game with Jonquil? I know for a fact they have not lost a single game with Jonquil and Phoebish on the team. So the Jonquil Jones, Phoebish, Liberty, who are undefeated. They're not beating an undefeated team. Then you've got the Valkyries, who are 10 and 12. They're going to be 12 and 12. So the Valkyries' next game is going to be against... Okay, it's against the Aces, but... No, it's against the... Who is it? Against the Wings. Okay, that's a very winnable game for the Valkyries. They play the Wings, Sun, Dream, and Mystics. Like, it's not out of realm possibility that the Indiana Fever can fall tonight. I don't think... Maybe the Sparks could pull off the miracle. Because the thing with the Sparks is that, like, they don't have their draft pick. So, for them, they kind of really do need to win. They need to win, or they need to at least be close to winning. Because they don't have their draft pick. Like, they can't give their draft pick to the Seattle Storm. Imagine they give the Storm the number 1 pick. Because of the Rakia Jackson trade. The Wings can lose as much as they want. The Connecticut Sun... As much people are like they don't have their own draft pick, the Connecticut Sun are going to suck next year too. So they can lose as much as they want. They go and lose as much as they want. And then it means that the Sun, even though it's going to give the Sky probably like the 3rd or 4th pick, doesn't really matter that much because you've got... You're basically the favorite to win the Juju Watkins sweepstakes. But yeah, it's all around a tough scenario, and I think that if the Fever are suddenly 2-3 games off the playoffs, because the Fever do have a run in here, like, let's be real, there's no way that Caitlin Clark's playing the next Chicago Sky game. And, like, so if you look at the schedule here when it comes to Caitlin Clark, there is absolutely no way she plays some of these games. So, she is definitely not playing this game. Definitely not this game. Definitely not this game. If she's back, she's going to be out at least 2 weeks. If she is back for the Sparks game on the 6th of August, she'd be doing really well. I don't think it's going to happen. My prediction is she might try to come back. Is this the last Sky game of the year? The second last Sky game. I think she might try to come back for the Sky game on August 10th. She might try to come back for the Sky game. But, like, August 10th is what? That's... like just over. It's like 2.5 weeks away. That's 3 weeks out. I still think that might be cutting it fine. I still think that one might be cutting it fine. So we're going to be honest, some stage around the end of the month. That's really what you hope for if you are. Really what you're going to hope for if you're an Indiana Fever. If you're an Indiana Fever fan, like, I think that's the best case scenario. I think if she's going to be out longer than the end of the month and it's not going to work and she gets injured, you may as well just sit her for the season. Like, if she's not healthy by the start of September, just sit her for the season. You're not going to make the playoffs anyway. Go get into the draft lottery. Because if you get a top 5 pick in the draft, insane. Like, worst case scenario, if you get a top 5 pick in the draft, you're getting like a Lauren Betts. Or like if you look at the top 5 picks, again, someone else is going to shoot up. But our fam is there. But this front office is incompetent, so they won't draft our fam. So you got our fam, you've got Lauren Betts, you've got Flaw J. Johnson, you have AZ Fudd. And then you've got, I don't know who you have at the fifth pick, like a Tanaya Latson, who I think could be a really good player. She's a bucket. So all these players, there's a lot of really, really good players in this draft class. And depending on how Ashlyn Watkins comes back. But again, there's a lot of really good players. So worst case scenario, if she does end up being hurt more than we think, at the end of the day, you can always just go and tank for potentially getting easy foot or something.